9 and 10, some good minutes and experience.
All right, Van Ley wins the opening tip. Colorado to the offensive end to begin the game. Immediately inside, Van Ley gets blocked from behind by Milton. You see your starters for Colorado: Sherrod, Sadler, Foreman, Miller, and Van Ley for the Buffaloes. Ranked third in the country, picked fourth in the Pac-12 preseason poll. Van Ley dishes it. Finishing is Tamia Sadler for the first basket of the game.
What a pleasure when your big post can not only score, but can pass it. Great feed. Nice set play to start by J.R. Payne.
Here's your starters for Cincinnati with Jackson, Milton, Williams, Thomas, and Jillian Hayes, a senior out of Cincinnati, Ohio, a fourth-year starter. There you see Maya Jackson. We talked about her second year with the Bearcats. Began her career at Seton Hall as Hayes drops in the deep two.
Katrina Merriweather wants to take Jillian Hayes' game and expand it out. She likes to play that 4-5. They're trying to get her more out in the wing. She has those three guard skills, as you just saw.
Here's Sherrod's going to reset, guarded by Jackson. You love this point guard matchup here. Shot clock down to 6. Nice dish in the lane. Oh, what a finish by Foreman.
23.5 assists per game. We've just seen 2 on their first 2 buckets. This Buffalo team can pass it.
Deep three just off for Milton. Now on the drive is Sadler, going back the other way. Milton leads the break.
Cincinnati has some team speed, Brad. They went down the court, and they return 6 of their top 7 scorers from last season.
There you see head coach Katrina Merriweather. Her first year as head coach took Memphis to the WNIT last season.
The 2001 Bearcat grad, Katrina Merriweather, is so excited about coming back home.
Jumpers off for Jackson as a player. Is the first Bearcat as the shot clock does not reset. The shot did not hit the rim, and so a shot clock violation created by that Colorado defense. As you see head coach J.R. Payne in year number 8. Over 100 wins at Colorado, 200-plus career victories. Began the season ranked 20th in the poll. And up to number 3 this week.
That huge opening win in Vegas over LSU got everyone's attention about how good this Buffalo team is.
There's a feed inside. Quay Miller working from that right block. Blocked from behind by Williams.
One of the keys for Cincinnati was defending the block, sending in doubles. That time they sent in 3 red jerseys. Successful thus far with their strategies.
Here's Hayes, had a basket to open the game for Cincinnati. That one rolls off the rim. Van Ley with a rebound. 2 already here in the opening minutes as Sherrod drives. And Sherrod showing that scoring ability.
We talked in the open, 67% from 2s. She is dynamite getting to the rim.
There's Jackson trying to turn the corner. The floater over Van Ley, no, and knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Bearcats.
Cincy's got some good looks out of their offense. Now we're seeing another changing defense.
Ill-advised pass by Sherrod, taken away.
Coach Merriweather says, we're going to change things up, really try to keep Colorado off balance, out of rhythm offensively.
Braylon Milton off the screen. Milton, 9 assists, just 4 turnovers, gives one away here. Here comes Sadler in transition. Over to Sherrod, down to the corner, sharpshooter. Foreman can't connect. It's going to stay with the Buffaloes as we have substitutions coming in. Maddie Nolan, graduate senior, in for Colorado. For Cincinnati, Brianna Byers onto the floor. Ariel Jackson, a sophomore, checks in. And Reagan Jackson, 5'8" freshman out of Kendale, Texas.
Coach Merriweather not afraid to go 9 deep with her rotation.
Miller in the lane, banks it home. Quay Miller with her first basket, the 6'3" forward out of Renton, Washington.
Strong, powerful move inside by Miller. She's averaging 11 a game.
Tough shot, rebounded by Vonleh.
Vonleh is cleaning up everything off the glass for Colorado.
Sherrod turns the corner, dumped it off nicely, but Miller couldn't handle it. 5:45 to play, first quarter action. We've gotten up and down. Colorado with the early lead. Cincinnati, the offensive rebound. The putback won't fall for Thomas.
It has been one and done for the Bearcats at the offensive end.
Foreman feeds inside. Vonleh good for 2, and a timeout taken by Cincinnati head coach Katrina Merriweather. Aaronette Vonleh. First quarter of the opening game of the 2023 U.S. Virgin Islands Paradise Jam. Cincinnati and third-ranked Colorado, part of the Island Tournament. Kentucky and NC State will be the next 2 opponents for both of these teams. 4-team round robin. Colorado 5 of 8 in the first minutes of the game. Cincinnati 1 of 8. All 5 starters for Colorado, coach, have a field goal less than 5 minutes in.
And all 5 of those buckets have been in the paint for Colorado as they have used their power game and their quickness to get inside that defense.
Head coach J.R. Payne says, I want a high assist offense. Sharing the sugar, as you mentioned at the top of the broadcast. Kendall Wetta.
Crashing the glass, extra opportunities for Colorado.
Kendall Wetta in the game, blows right by all of Cincinnati to get the lay-in.
Nice crowd over by Wetta. Understatement. The Bearcats need a bucket badly. There we go.
They get one right there. Who else? Maya Jackson tied with Jillian Hayes. Team high honors, 13 points per game is her average.
That's good coaching by the analyst.
It's her 9th three-pointer of the game.
Wow. Look at that passing.
Sarah Rose Smith from the corner, and Foreman cannot track it down in the corner. Substitutions for Colorado. Sadler back in. Charlotte Whitaker, graduate senior from New Zealand, onto the floor.
Buffalo's now gone 8 deep. J.R. Payne said, I need to develop my bench.
Jillian Hayes with a basketball. There's Jackson launching the 3, banking it home. Cincinnati just 28% from three-point land as a team, but 3s on back-to-back possessions here in the first quarter.
They're only making a little over 4.5 threes per game. Good start for the Bearcats. That went off the window.
For Jackson, her first of the season. Oh, nice backdoor feed. How about the hands on Whitaker to finish?
They're getting middle penetration off the dribble drive, and the posts are cutting behind the vision of the defense. That is gorgeous basketball by Colorado.
Jackson steps on the end line, gives it back to Colorado. Our officials in this game, Corey Chambers, Aljanice Carr, and Brandon Enterline.
Cincy coming out in that zone, kind of a 1-2-2 look, trying to change things up on Colorado, get them out of rhythm.
Sadler looking to drive behind the back dribble, off the back iron, and it's going to stay here. Last touch by Cincinnati.
Brad, if you are the Bearcats, you got to send 5 red jerseys in on the defensive glass. Gang rebound it, because this Colorado team can really get on the offensive glass.
Weta goes baseline, reverse layup for 2 more.
They are pounding the Bearcats on the baseline. Either back cuts or dribble drives.
3-second violation. Brianna Byers, the freshman out of Paris, Kentucky, gives it back. It's substitutions for Cincinnati coming in as we take another look at the drive on the other end.
They've been up that baseline this entire first quarter. Got to slide over, get the stop. The zone has not protected the baseline.
3 fresh jerseys in for Cincinnati as Nolan knocks it in. Milton re-enters. Aisha Dia comes in, and Tiziah Jenks on the floor. A one-time West Virginia Mountaineer, TT, as she goes by. Here is TT. Dishes it to Dia.
Yeah, great pass by TT.
Dia draws the blocking foul on Nolan.
Dia with that pipe cut right to the front of the rim, and TT able to find her. Good offense there by the Bearcats. They need more of those types of looks. But the defensive end, Brad, Cincinnati has some problems because they're getting beat baseline. That last time they got zone, they drove to the middle. They have to cut the gaps off. Help side defense, gap defense for Cincinnati.
First free throw is good for Dia. Dia, 6-foot sophomore from Montreal, Quebec, for head coach Katrina Merriweather. Transfer from Penn State. Last year shot 43% from the floor in 22 games for the Nittany Lions. It's tipped away out of bounds. Good defense by Byers.
Showed zone and then switched into man-to-man, trying to confuse Colorado. Hard to do against an experienced team.
Brianna McLeod into the game for Smith. Weta goes left side over to Nolan. Now Weta. The kickback. Miller will fire the 3. Off to the right, rebounded by Hayes.
Good defensive stand by Cincinnati. Their on-ball defense is excellent. Where they're struggling is on the reversals, trying to close the gaps.
Jenks' shot is short.
Not a good shot for Jenks. Contested off a couple bounces.
Feed inside, lost by McLeod. But it will stay here with the Buffaloes. As you see Foreman checking back in. Sadler's going to get a breather.
Foreman can shoot it. You have to get back in transition defense against Colorado because they're going to run their post right to the block, get early post position.
Nolan from the corner knocks it in. Nolan ranks 7th. The transfer from Michigan ranks 7th in Michigan's record book for career threes made, over 160 in her 3+ seasons.
Well, that's the 6th assist on 9 baskets by Colorado.
Oh, nice up and under. Good finish there by Byers.
Tweaked that one in early for the defense could get a piece of it.
Final seconds of the first quarter. Down to 10. Here goes Nolan left side. Quay Miller wants to drive. Gets it back. Offensive rebound. And after the horn, the first quarter, Foreman lets it fly, but it is Colorado 10 minutes in.
Brad, what's impressive about this Colorado team is 21 points and Bonley with only 2. 11 bench points for the Buffaloes. They have really spread this basketball around.
One of your keys, develop that bench for Colorado as Foreman hits the first basket of the second quarter. Certainly an opportunity for Coach Payne to start thinking in that direction.
Also impressive was, Vonleh went to the bench, and they were able to build the lead without her. Now Cincinnati's got to settle down and get some good shots. They've got to get some penetration and some kickouts.
Vonleh is back in the game, and shot clock down to 2. Having to check it up is Milton. It'll be a shot clock violation. And a Colorado defense playing tough as well.
Yeah, J.R. Payne's crew right there, they don't really come out and pressure, but they're just solid outside that three-point line. Tough to get dribble drives on Colorado.
Colorado last season, 25-9 overall, went to the NCAA tournament. Might remember an overtime win over Duke. They lost to Iowa in the Sweet 16.
They ran to the Caitlin Clark show of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Sherrod inside. Vonleh puts it up ahead of the shot clock, and the rebound goes to Dia.
Vonleh tried to keep that ball above her head, but never got any rhythm in her shot.
Milton looking for Thomas inside, throws it away, and Sadler into the game, Nolan to the bench.
Too many turnovers for the Bearcats. They have to be more efficient offensively against the number 3 team in the country.
Colorado led in scoring by Nolan, who just checked out. Here's Vonleh inside. Give her 2 more. And Vonleh with her second basket, 4 points, 3 rebounds early on.
Sadler threading the needle with that bounce pass. Vonleh with great hands and a finish.
There's Hayes drawing contact and earning a trip to the free throw line. Jillian Hayes, the senior, led the Bearcats last year in both scoring and rebounding, as we see another look at that bounce pass.
Look at the catch. I mean, there's some hands coming in there. Vonleh able to concentration. She has really soft set of hands. And you see it at both ends of the court from Vonleh. Catching the ball at the offensive end and then ripping off rebounds at the defensive end.
Aaronette Vonleh has a brother, Noah. Spent some time around the NBA. 7 different NBA teams over an 8-year span. Jillian Hayes, a brother in the NBA, with those free throws there. Jackson playing with the Lakers. As Vonleh adds 2 more, and a timeout taken by Coach Merriweather of Cincinnati with 7:58 to play here in the second quarter. It's the back to the action. A real quick 3 from Maya Jackson from the left wing for Cincinnati.
Third 3 for the Bearcats. But there's the answer by Colorado from Foreman.
Cincinnati with 2 threes in the first quarter. Their first 3 here in this second quarter. Nice step through. Unable to finish, though, is Ariel Jackson. Now ahead to Sadler. Sadler inside. Vonleh, great position. Easy finish for Aaronette Vonleh, the 6'3" junior from West Linn, Oregon.
Doing her footwork early, running to the rim by Vonleh, getting position. The secondary transition for Colorado has been outstanding in this game.
Hayes picks up her dribble. She's in trouble. There's Jackson underneath, and it's knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with Cincinnati. So the Bearcats to inbound underneath their own hoop. Here's Hayes. A deep 2. Oh, banks it home right in front of the shot clock, hitting 0.
That's been 2 off the window for the Bearcats, but they're going to take them.
5 points now for Jillian Hayes. Jackson's 2 threes have her leading Cincinnati. There's the feed as Foreman finds Von Lay in the nice finish.
Well, we talk about their assists. That high post screen is working well for Colorado. Cincinnati's got to rotate over a help defender.
Von Lay hits double digits. Here comes Sherrod. Quay Miller calling for it inside, defended by Hayes.
Miller and Vonleh can really run. That time unsuccessful. Some great defense from Cincinnati, but they're putting a lot of pressure on this Bearcat defense.
Jackson's 3 off the mark. And looked like Sherrod slipped on the court. She was trying to steal the pass from Thomas.
Now watch this right there. That is just what we call early post offense by Aaronette Vonleh. She gets her so quick. And there's that middle ball screen. That is so hard to defend because you can't bring help side defenders over. The ball is in the middle of the court. Really good offense by Colorado.
Vonleh checks out for the Buffaloes, and a travel violation called on Jackson. Coach, we had a good little conversation with Aaronette Vonleh. Wants to go play in the WNBA or pro ball overseas at some point. Played her first year at Arizona, but said it was kind of interesting. She was recruited during COVID, so she wasn't able to do any visits as she was trying to decide late her junior year and senior year of high school.
That's a great point, Brad. I mean, she didn't meet any teammates. Didn't get to go visit campus because of COVID. We saw that happen to a lot of players. So you get in a position that maybe wasn't your best choice because you couldn't collect all the information because things were shut down with COVID. And she's been at the Paradise Jam before with that Arizona team.
Yep. 2 years ago, Arizona Wildcats went 3-0 here at the Paradise Jam.
If I remember, that Arizona team was loaded in the front line. Big, strong post players.
Sherrod draws the bump.
You know, the transfer portal open up, Brad, came at a good time because of what you just brought up about COVID, no visitations on campus. So it kind of gave some of these players a second chance, second opportunity to pick a school where they actually go visit the school, meet their future teammates, get a feel for campus.
Shot from Nolan on the inbounds play. Rebound goes to Jackson, and Maya Jackson eyes up as she's coming down the floor.
Seen some sparks with this Cincinnati defense. Just need more consistency. They got to find some ways to get into the interior of Colorado's defense. They're what I call, they're playing around the edge a lot.
Cincinnati head coach Katrina Merriweather, as we spoke with her, she's like, this tough Paradise Jam field maybe isn't quite what I would have picked for this team, but hey, it is an opportunity. And she says this tournament and this field in which they'll play number 3 Colorado today. Cincinnati will play number 10 NC State tomorrow and then finish up with a game against Kentucky. She says this will prepare us for the Big 12 in our inaugural season.
You know what it reminds me of? We were here years ago, 18-19, when Ole Miss came in here. Yolette McPhee-McEwen, it was her first year. They got blasted here at the Paradise Jam against some, UConn was here. And now you look at Yolette McPhee-McEwen at Ole Miss, they're top 25 team. 25 wins last year, Sweet 16, 23 wins the year before. I think that's what you're seeing with Katrina Merriweather. She's building a program. Let's look back in a couple of years and see how successful this Bearcat team is.
Challenge yourselves. Show your kids, right, what it looks like to be one of the best teams in the country.
Well, she bleeds Bearcat red and black. You know, played there, graduated in 01. So happy to be back. And what an honor it is to coach your alma mater, and that's the chance Katrina Merriweather has.
Team captain underneath head coach Lori Pirtle. There's a big basket as Reagan Jackson trying to get it going, cuts the Colorado lead down to 10. Now Weta on the drive, draws the foul on Jackson. And for Maya Jackson, that's her first personal foul.
Well, those threes even out a lot of deficiencies. Cincinnati knocking them down. They've got 5 of 9 from distance. And they came in and really struggling from the three-point line. Katrina Merriweather told us this team can shoot it better than we've shown so far. We've seen that here in the first half.
Ariel Jackson has made her first 3 of the season. For Reagan Jackson, it's just her 2nd of the year. Weta gets both, pushes the lead to 12. 3:20 to play here, second quarter. Alongside Kevin Lehman, I am Brad Wells. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. Bearcats and Buffaloes basketball on your Thanksgiving Day. Shot from Jackson is short. Here comes Weta. Here's Sadler in the lane. Dishes it off. Foreman. Oh, missed the easy 2.
Cincinnati keeps turning their heads on that dribble drive, allowing that baseline back cut.
Jackson to Jackson. Here's the feed into Thomas. It's knocked away, and last touch by Thomas underneath. Destiny Thomas, Cincinnati, a transfer from Memphis, was on the American Athletic Conference all-freshman team while playing for Coach Merriweather.
Foreman came over for Colorado on that weak side help defense on the lob to break that play up.
Sadler the drive, the finger roll falls through. Loses her shoe in the process. Now quick to the other end is Jackson. Reagan Jackson gets fouled and will go to the free throw line.
Good answer by Cincinnati to run it right back down and get some penetration. The guards for Colorado are so lightning quick. Not great three-point shooters. They can beat you off the bounce. In fact, if you look at the three-point shooting, Sherrod and Sadler are combined 0 for 16. But they use the high ball screen so well and beat you off the bounce.
Sherrod shot the 3 at a 31% clip a season ago. Sadler also about 31% from the outside. So they have shown they have a history of knocking it in from the outside. Sadler says, Coach, how about we give you a three-pointer?
There you go. Get the lid off. Tamia knocking one down from the left wing. Well, when they start making those threes, this team will really be dangerous.
Tamia Sadler, 0 for 6 on the season before that 3. Here's the drive by Nia Clark. It's taken away by Smith. Weta in the corner. And she's got some quickness as well. Foreman sets it up. Sadler wants another one. That's too strong. Weta the offensive rebound. Miller a good look. That's grabbed by Hayes.
Big possession for the Bearcats. Right before halftime, down 16. You don't want this lead to get any larger.
Hayes for 3. Hayes connects. That's her second 3 in this game, her 3rd on the season.
Well, Katrina Merriweather says, I'm going to stretch her out to that 3 spot, make her uncomfortable and expand her game. We've seen a good reaction from Hayes.
Foreman draws a foul on the drive, and that goes on Reagan Jackson. And so Jalen Sherrod will check in for the final 35.6 and give Weta a breather.
Bearcats, if you make a stop here, down 13 and score it, you feel real good about your first half.
Down to the corner, Foreman left it short. There's the stop. And Jackson backs it out. Shot clock turned off. Final 20 seconds of the first half.
You can get some penetration.
Ariel Jackson sets it up.
Julian Hayes has the hot hand. She wants it.
And she gets stripped. 3 Buffaloes around her. Foreman from long range. That's off the mark. And our first half has come to a close. Colorado, ranked 3rd in the country, leads it by 13. Basketball. Colorado shows some half-court pressure and drops off. Maya Jackson with 6 points, 2 threes in that first half for Cincinnati. Sets it up, feeds it inside. This is Thomas. Thomas working against Von Lay. And finally, Thomas gets her first points of the game.
And only the 3rd basket for Cincinnati inside the arc. They were living at the 3-point line in the first half. Good sign. Get it inside and put some pressure.
Here's Von Lay. She had 10 points in that first half. Adds 2 more, and we'll have an opportunity to add another.
She has what I call flypaper hands. Watch this catch. She cuts. Wow. Not only the great catch, but the quick finish by Aaronette Vonleh. She is very, very talented young woman.
Gets the free throw to fall. 2nd personal foul on Destiny Thomas. Here's Hayes working against Miller. And Miller's going to get called for the foul. That will be her 2nd personal foul.
I think Coach Merriweather's halftime talk was, let's get some more pressure on the interior defense off the dribble drives. Get into the heart of that defense and make some things happen.
Milton goes inside to Thomas. Thomas going to attack Von Lay. Swats it away. Still Bearcats basketball. Shot clock at 6. Here's Hayes. Goes it back to Milton. Milton ahead of the shot clock. Gets it off. Von Lay the rebound. And here comes Colorado. Sherrod in transition. The lay-in is short, but Miller the rebound. And then stripped by Thomas.
Look at the speed of Von Lay. Wow.
A little more speed from Maya Jackson as she sneaks it by her.
Guts of a cat burglar. That was tough going against, for Jackson going against Von Lay.
5'7", running up against the 6'3" Von Lay, and Foreman hits the deck hard. And Maddie Nolan up off the bench may give Foreman a breather here just to let her collect herself.
Got popped pretty hard going down on the floor.
Sherrod inbounds it. Sadler will set up the offense. Run it through Von Lay. Von Lay the dish. Sadler the lay-in for 2 more. Sadler with 9 for Colorado.
Von Lay picking apart that defense from the high post. Shaq gave her a big shout out after that LSU win, but I don't know if Shaq can pass as well as Aaronette Von Lay.
Here's Sherrod, the steal, the lay-in, and Sherrod with her second basket of the game.
Got to be careful now. Buffaloes are smelling some blood in the water.
Jackson gets the bump, puts it up, and we're going to stay right here. Foul's going to go on Maddie Nolan on the rebound attempt.
Yeah, Jackson sped up. Look at the hands. Now they're off to the races. Great speed by Sherrod.
Coach, when you were asking Von Ley about Shaq, I had to ask her. I was like, okay, you know him as a TV personality, does commercials, sits at the desk, NBA, NCAA tournament stuff. I'm like, have you seen some highlights of him play? She's like, yeah, I've seen him on YouTube. If you want to live forever, you need to live on YouTube. Jillian Hayes with the basket.
Shaq could do a lot of things, but I don't know if he could pass that well from the high post.
Well,
what a luxury for
Von Ley
J.R.
made her
Payne.
free throw. Let's leave it at that, shall we? Here's Williams the rebound.
Remember a Shaq story? We were down in Orlando when he was playing for the Magic, and our bus driver was the same one that drove the Magic. He said when Shaq stepped on the bus, the entire bus tipped over.
I believe it. Hayes from the right side, rebounded by Sherrod. Sherrod dancing around. Jackson staying in front. And a timeout taken by head coach J.R. Payne, who helps up Sherrod. Colorado up 14, takes a timeout. I've seen pictures, I've seen video. She's like, she doesn't talk about it a lot. It's a basket by Weta on the inbounds play.
And Brad, you do a lot of Valley games on the women's side, so you've seen Drake, you've seen those record books.
Yeah, there's some good ones that have come through Drake in the 90s, early 2000s.
Well,
for Christie and that 95 team leading the way.
Yeah, and also the Valley, Missouri State, Jackie Stiles, one of the best there's ever been.
That's right. Tournament MVP down here, and we were told Missouri State's coming back next year as it'll be the 25th edition of the Paradise Jam here in the Virgin Islands, and so bringing back the Lady Bears to talk a little more Jackie Stiles. But Christie's Drake Bulldogs were in the NCAA tournament last season. There's Jackson, tough shot, offensive rebound, put back. Destiny Thomas starting to get it going here the second half. All 4 points for her have come here.
They're trying to get inside more. That's a good move by Cincinnati.
Speaking of inside, Von Ley. She'll work inside out, kick it out to Nolan. Offensive rebound by Weta, who gets fouled on the backside by Ariel Jackson.
Cincinnati team, now they're down 15, but this team is connected. You can just tell, great communication. They're just kind of hanging around. They've got to be able to get some more points inside. Try to shut down that high post middle ball screen.
There's Sherrod, kicks it out. Whitaker, who just checked in. That three is short. Rebound grabbed by Hayes.
Good defensive stand by the Bearcats.
Here comes Hayes, a 4-year starter for the Bearcats. She'll launch the three. Too strong, rebound to Nolan. Sherrod gets fouled. Attacking the basket.
Sherrod has track speed. She catches that outlet, turns and puts it on the floor. He is gone in a flash.
Substitutions, Braylon Milton, Brianna Byers into the game.
You have to be careful about trying up and try to attack Sherrod at half court because she will blow right by the defender.
Ariel Jackson, number 34, whistled for the foul. That's her second personal foul. And the free throws make it 53-36.
Sherrod going to take a rest. Sherrod, as we mentioned, on the Nancy Lieberman Award watch list for one of the top point guards. The award that goes to the top point guard in the country.
Preseason All Pac-12. Sherrod on the Naismith Player of the Year watch list as well. Fifth-year starter. Makes top 3 in Colorado history. Assists per game. Here's the drive. Layup by Milton off the mark.
Well, I like the process of Cincinnati. That time they spread out the defense, got the dribble drive. Did not get the results, but the process has been good.
Nolan slipped. Slow to get up. And now Weta speeds by Jackson, but takes it away.
We've got some numbers now for Cincinnati.
Ahead to the corner. This is Reagan Jackson. And the offensive rebound by Hayes. The putback draws a foul. And it's going to be 2 free throws coming for Hayes and a timeout on the floor. 53-36. Third-ranked Colorado leading Cincinnati with the Bearcats. Jillian Hayes at the free throw line. Hayes the leading scorer on the season and coming into this resumption of the third quarter. 11 points, 12 points now after that first free throw for Hayes.
We saw Cincinnati change up defenses in the first half. They've been straight man-to-man here in the second half. And they've kept Colorado off the free throw line. This is a team, Buffaloes, that shoot a lot of free throws. They've only been there 6 times, but great ball reversal. They've been beating the Bearcats on that reversal and baseline drive. The rip and go move on the weak side.
Weta so quick to the rim. She has 11 points for Colorado. That puts her into double figures. Sadler creates a loose ball, but Cincinnati will keep it here. Checking into the game is Aisha Dia, sophomore from Quebec. It's on the 2023 U19 Canada national team.
There's that refused the ball screen, rip and drive. We've seen Colorado do that a number of times in this game. Really difficult to defend.
A basket for Cincinnati on the other end. Brings us to 55-39.
Weta's got some speed with the ball in her hands also, along with those 2 guards, Sadler and Sherrod.
It's knocked out of bounds. Coach Payne in year number 8. Picked 4th in the Pac-12 this year behind Utah, UCLA, and Stanford. Pac-12 absolutely loaded, as there's a big group text with all the head coaches saying, let's make this final year of the Pac-12 the best year ever. And Kevin, man, I tell you what, you look at the top 25 poll as of this week, it is the best year ever.
Pac-12 loaded. 5 Pac-12 teams in the top 10, 6 in the top 22.
And third-ranked Colorado rolling here in the opening game of the Paradise Jam.
Starting to flex their muscles again, and once again, Colorado making a run with Aronette Vonleh on the bench. You got to like what you're seeing from the bench production of Colorado. J.R. Payne talked about at her halftime interview the confidence she has in her bench. Great opportunity here at the Paradise Jam to get more minutes and develop that numbers 8, 9, and 10.
Well, that 3 by Weta, just her 2nd of the season. Had a good look, knocked it in. They're just in rhythm today offensively. Here's Jackson trying to create. Kicks it out. The shot by Jackson is blocked. Oh, nice behind the back. Here comes Sadler up ahead to Smith. The dump off. The 2 is good. Brianna McLeod, the 6'3" sophomore from Ontario, with the finish.
Again, the speed of the post players by Colorado. They're beating Cincinnati down the court.
Ariel Jackson, the quick drive could not finish. And here we see, after the block.
Now watch these postmen run. Now you make a mistake there. You can't try to steal up there because they are gone. And then the great post-to-post pass. And the finish there by McLeod.
Sadler off the iron. McLeod offensive rebound. And the foul's going to go on Cincinnati here.
McLeod getting some great minutes for the Buffaloes. Just a sophomore. That last transition basket with Sarah Rose Smith and Brandon McLeod, that is textbook. Teach your post players to outrun the defenders. And Brad, one of the hardest things, one of the scariest things when you're preparing for a team, when you look at post players that can pass, it's so difficult because you're afraid to double them because they're going to burn you. They can pass out that double team. And this post-to-post passing by Colorado has been a thing of beauty in this game.
McLeod gets the free throw. The foul went on Dia. Substitutions, Michaela Johnson in the game for Colorado. TT Jenks back on the floor for the Bearcats. Has it stripped.
Oh, we talked about their ability to steal the ball. They've only had 2 steals in the first half, but now they're starting to mount up for Colorado. You turn your back to the defense, the second defender is going to come and try to take that basketball away from you.
This is Destiny Johnson back on the floor for Cincinnati. There's the runner for Sadler off the window. 40 seconds left here in the third quarter. And Jackson drives. We got a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Buffaloes.
And again, is that second defender coming from the weak side, forcing the turnover.
13 turnovers now for Cincinnati.
Going to show the zone again. Might be a good time to use the zone with Vonleh on the bench.
Losing her footing is Johnson, and now we have a jump ball, and we'll go the other direction. So Colorado gives it right back with 16.7 up on the clock. So Reagan Jackson, the freshman from Texas. Her parents played for Texas Wesleyan. She'll set it up for Cincinnati. Jumper in the lane, and it won't go. And no whistle on the putback attempt by Dia. The end of 3. It's third-ranked Colorado with a 25. The Sugar here, the Paradise Jam. Colorado 17 assists, 9 different scores, and creating 14 points off of turnovers. Doing a lot of work inside as well, Coach. A lot of things going well for third-ranked Colorado.
40 of their 64 in the paint, and you mentioned those 17 assists, Brad. 26 made field goals, 17 of them assisted by this efficient Buffalo offense.
Their second violation called on McLeod as Foreman, who's back in the game after leaving earlier, hitting the court hard, grabbing her right arm. She's back in, looks to be just fine for Colorado. An illegal screen called on Destiny Thomas here. That's going to be her third personal.
Tough third quarter for Cincinnati. They were outscored 23-11. by the Buffaloes.
Colorado's steady production has scored 20 in each quarter thus far. But Cincinnati shot just 27% in the third quarter. They were 5 of 18, 0 for 6 from outside after making 6 threes in the first half.
Buffalo, a well-oiled offensive machine. The Buffaloes.
D tries the three-pointer. Offensive rebound put back for Jenks. Draws a whistle. And you hope Jenks is all right, as she came down kind of awkwardly on her back and still down along the baseline.
Good effort in the glass by Jenks, as she was amidst a sea of white jerseys trying to get that offensive rebound.
State and 12th ranked Texas all coming your way.
NC State coming in with that 10th ranking in the AP poll. They had a huge win over UConn. And we got two dangerous teams in there, South Florida and High Point, which can shoot the three ball.
Preseason favorite in the Big South, High Point. Maya Jackson gets the free throw, makes it 64-40. Travel violation on Weta. Coach for Colorado. Defensively, they forced 19 turnovers when they beat top-ranked LSU to start the season. They forced 20 turnovers against Oklahoma State. They turned Cincinnati over 13 times. Check that, 14 times already this game. As efficient as they are offensively, defensively, they're really connected, aren't they?
They have, but well, here's about Cincinnati. They haven't given up a lot of live ball steals. That's what Colorado likes to live off of, as Cincinnati forces a turnover after that huge three out of the corner.
And Malia Williams with the three.
A good sign for the Bearcats. From distance, they've been able to knock in 7 in this game. And get some more inside presence. And inside-outside is what Coach Merriweather talked about. There it is.
Hayes draws the double team. And knocking it in, Braylon Milton. As Milton hits her second three of the game.
Those step-in threes are so much more accurate. And here's this play. Inside, there's a double team. Here's the drive. Now look at the white jersey sink in. Great recognition by Jillian to kick it back out to an open three-point shooters. That is outstanding offense for Cincinnati. And Christina Merriweather talked about playing inside out to get better looks at that three ball.
Layup off the mark for Smith. And I should say, for Milton, her second three of the season. Her first here today. And Hayes draws the foul on McLeod. She's tough to defend one-on-one. Jillian Hayes for Cincinnati. Averaged 13 points on the season coming in, has 14 here today.
Well, she traditionally played the 4 and the 5, and Katrina Merriweather said, I'm really trying to get her out there on the perimeter. She's fought me on it a little bit, but this would be a huge confidence builder for Jillian Hayes. She's been able to knock in a three, beat you off the bounce.
There's Jackson, goes baseline, and a foul on the shot as Jackson will go to the free throw line.
This Cincinnati team's not going away. They have some fight in them.
Maddie Nolan called for the foul. And that's her 4th personal foul. So first player in foul trouble goes to the grad transfer Maddie Nolan. Played at Michigan the last 4 seasons.
Jackson. She's a grad, so she's a little bit older and a lot of confidence. I like her demeanor on the court. Good leadership qualities.
On the Big East All-Freshman team for Seton Hall back in 2020. This is her second season with Cincinnati.
Didn't we see her down there for Seton Hall a couple years ago as the Paradise Jam?
I'd have to look back. I feel like they were here last year. Miller on that basket.
Last year, but I like what Jackson's been doing. She's running this offense. They tried to speed up Cincinnati with this half-court pressure, but been pretty steady. There's another one of those steals that you're trying to avoid.
Three-point try right side, Foreman, too strong. Rebound to Thomas. And here comes Jackson.
There we go.
Hayes going right at Miller. An and one opportunity coming for Jillian Hayes.
The speed here. Hayes beats the defenders down court. And Jackson gets the ball below the free throw line, so he has a better angle to pass to the post. We saw Colorado do this in the first half. Now we're seeing Cincinnati post players outrun Colorado here in the fourth quarter. But what's so important about that play, Brad, is your point guard's got to get the ball down below the free throw line, so you got an angle to pass it as Jillian Hayes is trying to hold the defender on her top hip. Really, really good transition offense by Cincinnati.
17 points for Jillian Hayes. And Jackson, the near steal.
Hayes brought out some of those old post skills she had in the past. Call it early footwork in the post. Bury your defender underneath the rim.
Shot clock, though, down to 11. Sherrod drives, kicks, open look for Nolan. And the rebound cleared by Thomas. Cincinnati coming up with some stops here. Colorado just one of their last 5 from the floor. Jumper for Williams, no. Offensive rebound, draws a foul.
Hayes had early post position again. Williams missed her. Williams bailed out by that foul.
Whitaker called for the foul. 2 free throws coming from
Vonleh
Williams.
Back in for the Buffaloes. Coach J.R. Payne has seen enough. She's going to put Vonleh back in to patrol the paint at the defensive end.
Free throw is good. Cincinnati trims it to 14.
I'll see if Colorado plays inside out, gets Vonleh a touch.
They throw it away. Quay Miller gives it up. Here's Jackson running the floor. The kick out, a good look. No good for Milton. And Vonleh the rebound.
Vonleh's going to make sure it's one and done for Cincinnati.
5:10 on the clock, fourth quarter. Here's Sadler. 10 on the shot clock now for Colorado. Miller out to Sadler. Toes on the line, that's a deep 2.
She knocked in the 2. Vonleh did not get a touch. If you're Colorado, you want some inside-outside action against that zone.
That basket ended a Colorado scoring drought that was close to 2 minutes. Hayes too strong on that three-point try.
But inside-outside Cincinnati, good look by Hayes. Just misfired. Skipped off the rim. Oh, they had Vonleh right on the post. Missed her.
Sadler back to Miller. Sherrod to the top of the key. Pull-up jumper over Williams. No. Miller, an offensive rebound, and Colorado pulls it out.
Oh, nice job by Miller working the glass. They had nothing on that, and now they got 3.
That's Nolan from the corner.
Miller's effort gave Colorado second opportunity, and they cashed it in.
Jackson loses her footing. Sherrod jumps on top of that to get the jump ball. And it'll be Cincinnati basketball when we come back. 3:36 to play. Cincinnati had it down to within 14, but Colorado. 3:36 to play, fourth quarter. Third-ranked Colorado and Cincinnati opening up the Island Tournament at the U.S. Virgin Islands Paradise Jam on St. Thomas Island alongside the former coach Kevin Lehman. I am Brad Wells. Sherrod knocks it out of bounds as Cincinnati will re-triggered in under their own hoop with 11 on the shot clock. On the floor for Cincinnati, Reagan Jackson, Aisha Dia, Abby Holtman, Bria Byers, and Ariel Jackson. And the starters on for Colorado.
Quick hands at Colorado. Make it difficult for Cincinnati to get this ball inbounded.
Jackson out to Jackson. This is Ariel Jackson for 3. Banks it in. The sophomore out of Brooklyn, New York with a bank shot. Right.
That's the 9th triple for the Bearcats, and 3 of them have been off the glass.
Vonleh inside. Back out. Skip to the corner. Here's a 3 from Nolan. Colorado 5 of 17, and here's an offensive foul called on Cincinnati, and this is going to go on Dia.
Dia clears the rebound. There's the shot from the corner. That's a good call. I didn't see that originally. She stuck her hip out right into Foreman. No need to do that on that rebound.
And now Sadler hits the deck, and Reagan Jackson's going to get charged with the foul.
Jackson trying to blow through that screen, trying to blow up the screen, and now you've got Colorado at the free throw line. Oh, it's going to be underneath. Only 3 team fouls.
Charlotte Whitaker comes in as Aronette Vonleh, the 6'3" junior, checks out. Vonleh, 13 points, 5 rebounds. That may be it for her today with 2:38 to play as Foreman travels with it to give it back to Cincinnati.
Big possession here for the Bearcats. See if they can cut into this lead. Let's see with Vonleh on the bench.
Jackson wants another 3. That one's too strong. And Sadler battles for the rebound. Good hustle and effort from Byers, the freshman. It's the jump ball, but it'll be Colorado basketball on the arrow. Kendall Wetta back onto the floor as Sherrod checks out.
Well, Cincinnati are going to stay in the zone. This is probably the last possession they can do that. They're going to have to come out and pressure. The clock is their enemy.
Sadler drives, kicks. Nolan from the corner. Rebound to Foreman. Reverse layup is good off the glass. Frida Foreman, a senior from Denmark.
Credit that offensive rebound, though, to Whitaker. She did the block out, allowed Foreman to sneak in baseline and get the putback.
There's a 3 from Dia from the corner. How about Cincinnati? 10 3-pointers in the basketball game.
They came in this game averaging 4.3 at a somewhat pedestrian 27%, but they have found the range here today.
Feed inside. Whitaker, the soft touch for two, and Colorado pushes their lead up to 17.
I like the Colorado guards in that possession. Every time they caught the ball, they looked in the post and finally threw it in there to Whitaker for the easy two.
Too strong from Jackson. And Jaden Atchison with the basketball.
Early against that zone, Brad, they threw it around the perimeter, but they didn't look inside. You have to look and you have to see.
Atchison misses. Nolan the rebound. Shot clock at 10. Driving. Sadler, lay in, good. Sadler with 15 points.
Lightning quick.
And a quick reset of the clock. Here's another look. Sadler, right by Dia.
Got some shimmy and shake to that game. Sadler and Sherrod will put the fear of God in you. They are so quick on the perimeter.
Sadler, 15 points, 4 assists. Sherrod, 6 points, 5 assists. Jackson with the tough two.
Jackson will do-it-yourself kit. One-on-one, splashes it through since he's going to stay in the zone.
And Colorado can run the clock out and in this one and stay unbeaten. Colorado, ranked 3rd in the country, will move to 5-0. Cincinnati will even up at 2-2 on this season after winning their last two. They go down in this battle against 3rd-ranked Colorado. J.R. Payne and Katrina Merriweather shake hands at center court as Colorado coach from the get-go.
चल के बा बंदे के ए भोला समिति से भमिया तोहार सिर्फ संदे के बुझो जी अब करे हमरे इंतजार तिसन संडे के सुन
सीनी जुनी मलक देवी के बाटे फल आइल बाटे तो मंडे के
समय पे सहम भंगिया तो है सिर्फ संडे के अब करे हमर इंतजार किस्म संडे के
ऋषभ रिकॉर्डिंग स्टूडियो सिमरा।